of the season gone. That means a third of the chances either taken or missed. Now, with 6 games, players have had the opportunity to either been impactful for their teams or to leave with nothing. Now, if you look in the Allianz Premier 15's table standings as is, you'll be able to see which teams have done which.
But a third of the season gone means 2/3 of the season remain. And that means plenty of opportunities to right the wrongs and turn things around that perhaps we're heading in the wrong direction, or keep doing what you're doing, as long as it's working, of course.
And that's certainly true for Bristol Bears, who are currently 7th in the table. Now, they have the opportunity to increase their standing. And with Harlequins Women, well, it's perfection personified. And with every single match, they get to put more points on the table. Now, admittedly, it also means more pressure as their rivals are hoping to catch up and overtake.
Which is what makes games like today so thrilling, especially when you've got clubs like Quins who are dominating across the park, facing a team like Bristol who have the potential to bring the X factor at any moment. It's a game we're very excited to bring you, so hold tight as we've got the best match action coming up very shortly.
Remember to like this video, subscribe to TWRS and turn on those notifications. Follow us across all our social media platforms and check out Rugby RFC. It's a fantastic opportunity to buy some absolutely brilliant gifts for those you love this Christmas. And in a moment, we'll bring you in-depth analysis of today's teams.
Now, we have a very interesting stat about Harlequins Women, and that is that despite having the most amount of players in the top 20 try scorers and overall point scorer charts, they actually come third in the number of different players to score charts. When your top 3 try scorers are Shauna Brown, Abby Ward and Amy Cockayne, it kind of highlights where Quins' attack will come from. Obviously, Brown and Cockayne are known for their open runs downfield, but expect to see scores from good old pick and goes and driving mauls from lineouts. Now, obviously, Bears probably already know this, but they do say better the devil you know. So they can try and do all that they can to get extra bodies on the line when Quins are inside their 5.
Let's not beat around the bush. Bristol Bears have had tough fixtures this season. In that, including this game, they would have faced the top 4 teams from last season before it was called null and void. Now, not only that, last year at this time, it was the start of their 5-game losing streak. So for players and fans, they might be dreading this part of the season. Now, with the next 2 teams that they play after today's fixture, so Worcester Warriors Women and DMP Durham Sharks, they do have the opportunity to finish in a much better position before the end of the year.
Now, despite the obvious point disparity between these 2 clubs in numbers scored, conceded and accrued, what's interesting is how they've performed so far this season. Statistically, Quins are the number 1 team in the league, scoring the most amount of tries at home and conceding the least as well. However, Bristol have proven a much better prospect on the road, scoring double the amount of tries and conceding a whopping 16 tries less away from Shaftesbury Park. We also know they're no pushovers either, having brought sides like Saracens close to defeat last season. So perhaps today's result will be a little bit different to the 47-0 we saw in 2019.
It was announced this week that the Harlequin Saracens game was postponed due to a Saris player contracting COVID-19. This does give the South Londoners a bit of a break and gives them the opportunity to really focus on their game today. They say it's better to put points on the board than to chase them. And I'm sure this is what Jared Mullen will be saying to his team to ensure that they apply the pressure not just on the field today, but getting the result that they want to ensure the pressure is kept on Saracens and their other rivals.
We've got 2 sides bursting with talent, so let's see who they've got starting today.
6 wins from 6 already for Jared Mullen's Quins. all with the sweetener of the bonus point, and they'll be searching for lucky number 7 with a strong lineup at home. Tove Vixen hasn't done enough to retain her place and loses out to returning Red Rose Vicky Cornborough in the front row. Joining her is fellow England international Abby Ward, who returns to the squad and pushes Women's Eagles versatile forward Christine Summer to the back row. That means Sarah Beckett is rested today. There are only 2 changes in the hosts' backs and to the fly half positions. Lucy Packer and Ellie Green replace Leanne Riley and Emily Scott respectively. Heather Cowell returns from injury and goes into the starting lineup. Charlie Wellbeloved joins Ellie Armour on the bench.
Similarly to her counterpart, Kim Oliver has only made some minor switches for this game. Canada Under-20 international Holly Phillips has a day to remember as she's in line to make her full debut for her club, replacing Simi Pam at number 1 in the process. Next to her, Alice Lockwood takes the hooker jersey out of the hands of Clara Nielsen, and Manon Jones does the same to Alicia Butchers at the back of the forwards. There is only one new addition to the Bears' backs. It's scrum half role, where Ree Parker switches with Lucy Burgess. The visitors' bench is similar to their last match against Saracens, but Megan Wynne comes into the squad. However, they're a player short, so Oliver will be hoping there's no need to bring on an 8th body at any point today. Now to show you all the match highlights.
Lucy Packer is going to take this free kick. I think she's definitely going to her right, because that's where Amy Cockayne grabs it and crashes through. There's a lot of resistance as Quins get closer and closer to that Bears line. We've only had a few minutes of the first half played, and Shauna Brown is going to score the maiden try of the day here at the Stoop. Ellie Green, such a lethal kicker. She's so calm in front of the posts, and she's going to go through her routine, and doesn't matter about that strapping on the left leg, because she is going to score the extra 2 points. Going to be tapped on here, and they are going to go. That is a mammoth hit there by Mulhern, and it doesn't take a lot to knock Shauna Brown back, but that certainly did it. And it's popped, it's almost lost, but it's gathered there by Powell and popped off to Jazz Joyce. Jazz Joyce on the far left-hand side. She's so fast, no one's going to catch her there, and she is going to touch down for the visitors. Driving on now, plenty of space. They've plenty of ground they've covered, have Harlequins. The referee is not happy with what he has seen, so he is going to call it back. He's pointing to where he wants it to go. There's a lot of space over on that far side, and if the referee lets Lucy Packer take this free kick quickly, which she does, she's got space in front of her. I mean, it's pretty simple. Didn't seem to be much resistance there. Ro Marston went in on Abby Ward, and it's popped up, attacking the line. Shauna Brown picks and goes, stretches over, and she scores her 2nd of the day for the home team. Right in front of the posts for Ellie Green, and I don't think any of the Bears players are going to chase this down. No, I was wrong, they are. They're going to try and put some pressure on her, but it doesn't matter because she slops between the uprights again. Well, now the referee does not like that at all. He is calling for holding, I believe. Rachel Burford is going to make that rampaging run forward. And she went into contact, and now, that is a massive hit by Ro Marston. I'm just trying to see who that was, but as the ball's slipped out over to the right-hand side, and Wilcock didn't seem to have too much resistance when she was running through. She darts in and out, and she scores her first try of the day. Ellie Green, chance for her to extend her side's lead as the first half minutes tick by. She takes a step back, a few steps forwards, was a little bit low, but it doesn't matter because it counted through the posts. Ball whipped out to the right. That was almost caught by Wilcock, and that is going to be caught by Burford. I think there's a few stray passes here, but it doesn't matter because we are going to end this half 21-5 to Harlequins Women. is going to be taken as an opportunity for Bears to take it, but it was actually stolen. Very, very well done there by, the referee is saying that he's not happy with something he saw. It says it was a knock-on by his official, his assistant. So it's going to be taken, the knock-on's brought in, and it's going to be crashed forward, 2-on-1. Lovely double tackle there by the ladies in quarter, the women in quarter, and it's going to be a pick and go. Roe Marston has the strength. She's put a couple of big hits in already this game, certainly in the first half, not since we've come back from the break. There is a pick and go. It looked like, was that just held up? It was really good defence, solid by Harlequins. They do have the best defence in the whole of the Premier 15s, which means it's going to be a missed pass, goes wide. There's a gap there, probably could have gone herself, but quick hands, and Jazz Joyce nips in that far corner, and she is going to score her second try of the day. It's a tap and go. No crash ball here, so Snowsill's going to miss one, and that is really quick hands. Roe Marston's probably not used to seeing herself that far out wide, but now it's Jazz Joyce and Blaze of Grass in front of her. Packer tried to get there, she's not going to make it. I don't think that Ellie Green is going to make it either. I don't think anyone's going to catch her because she is so fast, Jazz Joyce. It is like watching a turbojet in full flight, and Jazz Joyce scores again for Bears. Snowsill going to put this through the uprights, her first conversion of the day. She'll be happy with that. And Harlequins, they are the top scorers in the Premier 15s, and wouldn't put it past them to get another 5 on the board here. Now, if this is collapsed, it may be a penalty try. I don't think it matters, because it's not going to be a penalty try. It's going to be Amy Cockayne. She threw it in, she got round the back of the ball, and she's the one that puts it down for another score. Lucy Packer. I wonder if Lucy Packer is going to score today. The last time we were here at the Stoop, she scored a beautiful solo try, had a really strong game. Popped up now, there's space in front of Cockayne. She can't make it all the way to the try line, but Shauna Brown, has she got it? Again, she's got a lot of upper body strength. Her second try of the day, she stretched forward from just about this far out, and it's another pick and go. I think it was Cockayne again, and there is Robinson. Really, really good season the back row has had so far. She's not normally been a starter for Quins, but speaking of back rowers, I think that might be a try. The referee doesn't seem to think so, so we are going to play on. And Christine Sommer here, the American, scores her first try from coming back from the States and rejoining Quins. It's now 31-17 to the home side. Right in front of the posts. Chance for Ellie Green to add another 2 points to her name. She's racing up these scoring charts. She's not that far away from Meg Jones, but these are Ellie Green's points here right now, 33-17. Throw-in taken. Amy Cockayne's got such great technique, and when you're throwing to the likes of Abby Brown, it can't be that difficult. I mean, obviously no disrespect to Cockayne, of course, but you know, you've got the jumper the likes of Abby Brown, who is Abby Ward, excuse me. Obviously got married in the pre-season. So good in the air. And as this maul drives forward, it doesn't seem to be too far to go. The referee doesn't need to see any more. He's going to give a penalty try, collapsing the maul. It was going to happen eventually, and it means that it's another 7 points to Quins. That's a yellow card in the process for Roe Marston. She's going to miss the last 10 of this match. And now plenty of runners. There's a wonderful missed pass. Amy Cockayne, she doesn't have too many options, but I wouldn't surprise if she went herself. She doesn't. And Rachel Burford's going to keep the ball alive. Lucy Packer picks and goes. She's very good at that. She's not held, so she's more than entitled to keep going herself. And the reinforcements arrive. And Rachel Burford's going to act as scrum half. Don't think she's had to do that too many times. On that far side, Heather Cow just slips through. Don't think anyone managed to get their hands on her, and she scores her first try of the day, Heather Cow. Long way out. Very difficult kick for Ellie Green, but does she make it? Yes, she does. 2 points. Wonderful kick by Ellie Green. There's going to be what I think should be, as we've seen previously here with Harlequins Women. I don't like to call them easy tries because no try is easy, but we know how strong Quinn's pack is. A little bit like Saracens Women. They are experts. Certainly you'd think from this distance to push that scrum out and scrum over, and it's Lucy Packer who's the one who's going to pick. Sees the option and she adds the points. Langi Tuima's taken on kicking duties, and she is right in front of the post, leans back a bit, and that's a nice little chip, and that's a nice 2 points for her. And Lucy Burgess, who's not been too bad since she's come on, and that's a stray pass. Izzy Mayhew, no one around her, plenty of space. She's sprinting as if someone is chasing her. No one is, but it doesn't matter because she's a touchdown. Great try for Izzy Mayhew. Love to see her score, certainly from coming on. This is surely going to be the last opportunity to score for Harlequins, and it's Langi Tuima again with a conversion right in front of the post. Lovely chip, lots of elevation, and that is the end of the game. Final score here at the Stoop: Harlequins Women 61, the visitors Bristol Bears 17.
All right, hello, welcome to the show. Another week, another win. Surely it feels great to have that in the bag.
Yeah, I think we're a bit frustrated with our first half performance again, but to come out on that second half and respond to what the coaches want and to get a good win in the end was good for the team.
Yeah, really ramped up in that second half. What do you think happened? What changed?
I think we were just lacking a bit of energy, a bit of momentum into the game, so got a bit of a bollocking from the coaches, and then turned up in the second half.
Yeah, fair enough. That'll do it.
Yeah.
How important is it to get as many points on the board before you break for Christmas, New Year's?
Yeah, I think it's crucial, especially going into the Christmas break, like I said, to try and have that momentum as a team, and especially now playing Saris on the 2nd of January. There's a bit more of a we don't have as big as a break essentially, so to try and carry that momentum and get some good performances and get as many people as we can some game time is really important.
Yeah, with regards to Saris, with their postponement, was it important for you to get this and kind of apply some pressure, or is that not really?
I don't think we really thought about it that much. We very much focus on Bristol. We know they're a great side, and they've got some really talented players that can challenge you all over the pitch. You've got Jazz Joyce that can run it in from anywhere, so we're very much focused on Bristol and the threat that they pose.
Yeah, nice. And individually a great game, great all-round player, line breaks, defence, drives from line-outs. So what was your personal highlight from the game?
Probably just surviving it. That was a good game. Games like that when you can have that free-flowing rugby, a bit of chance to run in a bit more spaces. It's more my cup of tea. I don't necessarily like the old pick and goes close to the line and stuff like that. So a bit more style of rugby.
Fair enough. Well, congratulations. It actually is our great pleasure to say that you're this week's Rugby RFC and Women's Rugby Show Player of the Match.
Oh, thanks very much.
You get this awesome jersey to take home. And congrats and all the best for the rest of the season.
Cheers, thank you very much.
So another week, another win. How are you feeling overall about today's performance?
I think mixed feelings. I think probably the scoreboard probably flatters us a bit in the end. I thought, credit to Bristol. Thought they fought hard, they played some good rugby, and they got some good threats out wide. And Jazz, she punished us a couple of times today. So up and down. I think we finished the game well. We showed our quality for kind of the last 15-20 minutes. So plenty to work on, but we'll take the positives. And to come out again with a win against a tough Bristol team is a positive.
Okay, and so next week your game was unexpectedly cancelled. So what's the plan in terms of next week? Is it a week off, or are you going to be preparing for the Worcester game?
Yeah, no, I think a pretty normal training week for us. Obviously, we'll deload the girls and give them next weekend off. But yeah, we'll maximise the time we do have to keep improving our processes. We might spend a bit more time doing some video sessions and analysis and a bit more reflection. But keep the foot on the pedal for sure. Obviously Worcester in kind of 2 weeks, and then obviously Saracens on the 2nd. So still plenty to prepare for and still plenty to improve on.
And so just one last thing about the game, because congrats, you did win. What would you say was the highlight for you for this game?
I think probably Izzy's try at the end. She's trained really well, and we spoke about we needed more pressure in our defence, and it didn't come, but it definitely came, at the end there, and she showed what we want to be about with our defence. So that was fantastic, and I thought as well we moved the ball pretty well today to space. We showed we got a lot more tools in the toolbox. Obviously played some great rugby, the walkover try at the scrum, so good balance to our performance today.
Okay, fantastic. Well, listen, congratulations again. It was great to see another win.
Thank you very much.
Queens.
Cheers.
Crash bang wallop, that was an interesting one. I mean, it was great to see the resistance that Bears put up to Quins, but Quins ramped it up in that second half and really brought it home. What did you think of the game?
Do you know, when Quins scored their first try, I thought it was all over, and then the comeback try from the Bears, it was game on. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. Quins showed us once again that they are a fantastic team and proved that. However, definite kudos to Bears.
Absolutely. Well, that's Keisha, Ann and myself rounding off another episode. What did you think of the game? Let us know in the comments below, and if you haven't done so already, please like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Women's Rugby Show, and turn on those notifications so when we drop our next episode, you'll be the first to catch it. Follow us across all social media, and check out the bespoke women's rugby clothing range, Ruggett RFC. And when you're at checkout, use the code Women's Rugby Show for a discount on us.
So while Meg's being the nice one, I'm going to be the bossy one and tell you to stay right there, because after we go, we're going to leave the link to another brilliant women's rugby show. So, Megan, you ready? Bye.